Good morning, YouTube. I'm at the mess in downtown Dayton that Steve Rauch and his cronies and Nan Whaley left. And you see, this is supposed to be a secure fence. But look how easily me and my friend were able to just walk right through that shit. So this mess that Steve Rauch, who is a Democrat, who's a piece of shit, whose demolition company gets special favors from Nan Whaley, you know, and so on and so forth. When this was the site of the old Dayton Daily News building down here, and you know, they had these thoughts and aspirations of, oh, we're gonna turn this into student housing for a 2-year college. You gotta realize something, how stupid that sounds. And Steve Rauch was on the news recently, said, oh, he didn't get payment, so he's just gonna leave this freaking mess. And his company demolished this other historical building here too, just left it to rot. Left it to rot right over here, and it's just sitting empty.
Preserved. That ain't preserved.
Yeah, this ain't preserved.
That's horrible. I mean, you got open, you know, things right there. You know, rain can easily get in. You know, wildlife.
Rain could easily get in there. Yeah, and so he's. Yeah, and this. So this big mess that, you know what, there actually might be some openings around there. You know what, that right there would be a really good video if we could get aside urban exploration. I don't remember what this building was exactly called, but anyway, but the piece of shit Steve Rauch, you know, basically said that when they didn't demand payment anymore, even though his company was contracted by the city to actually demolish this. You see the mess that he left right here. So he walked away. So he just walked away from this shit. And so, you know, he walked away from this crap like the piece of shit that he is, because he's in bed with our mayor, Nan Whaley, and is a complete piece of trash. And the thing, and it just sounds like there's something that happened where the person who was originally thinking about student housing here said, maybe this ain't such a good idea. I got news for you, people. 2-year colleges, people don't live on campus. It's a transient environment. They live off campus, and a lot of people that go to campus at 2-year colleges generally live off campus, and sometimes they're just, you know, because the economy is so bad, where they're just coming for a little bit just to get a little bit of money back on financial aid so they can live for a little bit. But my friend is with me today. He's going to offer some commentary too on this, this big mess.
We're both fairly large men, and we're able to squeeze ourselves through the fence line.
Yeah, right there. Line. Yeah.
And it's not like it was somebody cut a hole in it. That was improperly placed. A kid could easily come in here, trip on any of this stuff, get cut up on all this metal scrap, and then guess who's going to get sued? The city of Dayton. And
then Steve Rauch. Exactly. Of course, Steve Rauch would probably try and back out of it, but
and
yeah.
To top it off, the idea of using it for student housing is just the dumbest idea I've ever heard, because you want to preserve this building, which they're not doing. They're doing a piss poor job of that, because I could easily get in there by climbing up on that, pulling myself up there, and then hoisting myself up and through there quite easily.
Because this, I'm sure there's ways to get in here.
If I was wearing my boots, I'd do it. But
where at? Through where?
Through that hole right there next to that ladder.
Yeah.
One could easily fit themselves through there. And then add to the fact that there's also a crack right there that maybe someone who's a bit skinnier could probably get through.
Hey, I just kind of wonder about that crack right there. How easy somebody could easily get in through.
Then add to the idea that they want to build student housing here. Well, let's look at the size of this area. This is not a very large area.
And there's really nothing down here. You got the bankruptcy building, you got a church. There's really...
You have to factor in parking and the structures. And if you're using all over there just for parking, that leaves this demolished area while working around this to build student housing. Unless they're building some sort of massive skyscraper, it's not going to house any real number of people.
I kind of wonder if either of us can actually fit through that little
I know
open.
I can't.
I don't know if I could. I don't know how. Do you think we can make it down here safely?
We might, yeah. I mean, the only part that worries me is right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Well, maybe could hang on to the... But anyway, YouTube, so please oppose Steve Rauch and his company and all the bullshit, because he's in bed with Nan Whaley, and look at the fucking mess he left us.
It's a blight
in
on
downtown.
the landscape, and it's dangerous.
It's blight on the landscape, and it's dangerous. And you know what? They should force Steve Rauch and his company, if our city commissioner and our mayor had any guts, to make him actually demolish this property, because he's the one that left us with this big freaking mess right here, and it's dangerous right here. And this is all just sitting here. I'm kind of surprised. All somebody had to do probably bring their truck through here or just get some scraps out of here, because there's plenty of scraps.
Hasn't hit yet.
And I'm surprised. They should. If listen, Steve Rauch, if you're not going to clean up your property, open it up and let the people at least get the scrap metal out of here. At least clean that part up.
Yeah,
if nothing else.
Safer.
That'll make it a little bit safer, because there's too much of this shit just standing here. But Steve Rauch, you're a piece of shit. And you're a piece of shit for accepting the contract and for leaving our city a mess. And Nan Whaley and Matt Joseph and all you other fucking piece of shits at City Hall, you're the reason why why our city's in such a fucking mess. Here we got the arcade right here, which of course I've covered that boondoggle.
Abandoned.
It numerous times been abandoned for 25 years and just sitting right here. So there's really nothing down here. So were they that stupid to believe students at a 2-year college would want to live next to this shit?
Hell no.
No, hell no.
I'm homeless and I wouldn't want to live here.
Yeah, my friend's homeless and he wouldn't want to live here. So, you know, this video is made by people like me and my friend who live in the city, who are going to give you an honest opinion about what's really going on. So, you know, this property is just, you know, decaying here. We'll actually come back around that way in a few minutes. But yeah, look at all this shit that they've, you know.
There's a lot of stuff sticking up.
I know, I see it. A lot of crap that just, see how dangerous this is right here? And
you got like open pits right here.
yeah, open pits. And all this shit, all this scrap.
I look at this and I see money.
I mean, if we had a truck, we could probably get $400 or $500 in scrap right here.
At least. I mean, that would solve a little bit of the problem.
Yeah. And they need to fill it in with dirt.
And they're talking about preserving this. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
That foundation is screwed.
Yeah, foundation screwed, the building screwed.
I mean, they might as well tear it down.
Yeah, they need to just tear it down, because you see right there, you see how the brick wall there is fucking caving over?
Yep.
This
How
building's
is this
fucked.
preserving a historical building?
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, and I kind of, but anyway, yeah, but this is one big fucking mess in downtown Dayton. Of course, there's many big freaking messes in the city. And of course, you got demolition contractors who damage the building on purpose. And then they're left to, you know, leave the city with the ultimate bill. And our piece of shit Nan Whaley, mayor, shows special favoritism towards that one. We actually are going to get to her on the next video that we're going to do from here. But this just tells you the example of the utter corruption of what's actually happened, you know, down here. But anyway, that's it for this one, YouTube. So please, you know, make sure Steve Rauch doesn't get any of our jobs anymore. And please get Nan Whaley, Matt Joseph, the rest of the other fucking cronies out of City Hall, downtown Dayton, if you had some guts. That's it for this one.